All right, this is a day in the life with Coach Putnam. So, first thing I do is I wake up, just get a good stretch in, make sure my hair looks good, just, get prepared for the day. And, there's a good-looking guy over there. Next, I like to get the blood flowing, so I like to get a good workout in. So, do a couple of curls. Got to stay in shape, ready for the day. Then after that, it's time to head over to the classroom and get everything set up in there. So the first thing I like to do is make sure I got my trusty textbook set out for students who are not motivated or are being lazy for the day. They get to work out of the textbook, so let me hand a couple of those out to those students so they can have something to work on. They're always real happy. Then I like to go to my chair, which usually 100% of the time there's always someone sitting in it. So once I reclaim my chair, I can finally relax a little bit. I got my drink, so it's always good. Then, I pack all my stuff up and I'm ready to go home for the day after a good day's work. So I'll get ready to go home and relax a little bit and start it over and do it all over again.
Hey Hurricane Nation, welcome to another exciting episode of The Hurricane, your go-to show for everything happening around our school. I'm Kiana.
And I'm IJ. We've got tons of action-packed segments for you today, from school sports highlights to some special school features. And let's not forget the weather update.
Let's kick things off with our weekly sports update.
Sports Review, I'm Riley.
And I'm Carter Rice. The Cartersville Lady Canes gymnastics team hosted its final regular season meet of the 2025 season this past Saturday and placed fourth. Competing against larger schools from across the state, Emory Elrod led Cartersville with a 9.15 on vault. Emory also scored an 8.6 on floor exercise. Sydney Jackson scored an 8.65 on the vault and an 8.1 on the beam. Adeline Weir contributed an 8.35 on the vault and an 8.0 on the floor. Lainey Saunders scored an 8.25 on the vault.
The Cartersville girls and boys track and field teams won a quad meet at Darlington on Thursday in Rome. The Lady Canes scored 238.5 points. The Hurricanes scored 262.5 points in their victory.
The Hurricanes secured a home series to begin the Class 4A state playoffs by winning at Dalton Tuesday night 16-0. The win by Cartersville means the Canes will be no worse than a number 2 seed when the state playoffs begin April 23rd.
On April 4th, the girls' soccer team pushed past Woodland South Spalding by 2-1 scores. Hackney broke the scoreless tie in the second half off a corner kick by Callie McMichael. Leeming then added hers on a laser of a free kick from 30 yards out. The win improved the Lady Canes' record to 6-7.
The annual Powder Puff game is today at 4 o'clock. Make sure to go out and support the teams. Go Canes.
Now let's check in with your weekly forecast. Here's our friends Eduardo and Robert with all the details on what to expect.
Welcome back to your weekly weather. I'm Eduardo.
And I'm a Bear.
And Friday's going to be a high of 83 and a low of 54.
Saturday's going to be a high of 85 and a low of 59. And Sunday's going to be a high of 83 and a low of 65. Go Canes.
Now let's move on to an interview with Carter Rice.
Who am I here with today?
I'm Carter Rice.
And what sport do you play?
I play golf at Cartersville High School.
How long have you been playing golf?
I've been playing golf for about 4 years now, like seriously. I played a little bit when I was younger, but I never tried.
What got you into starting golf?
Really, once I got kind of bored of baseball, I wanted to try something else, so just went to golf.
Like being on the Cartersville High School golf team?
I really enjoy it. I feel like we're all pretty close on the team, and it's fun, like traveling to tournaments with everybody, and just every year, like when new people come up from middle school, it's like nice to meet new people.
Do you think it has an effect on how y'all play, to how close y'all are? Like,
I definitely think, because with high school golf, it's still a team sport. So I think it does affect how we play, because, you know, if somebody's playing bad, you can go help them, pick them up. And, you know, it really, every shot matters when you're on a team. So it's nice to have people there to pick you up.
do y'all have any like big tournaments coming up soon?
We have a tournament this upcoming Monday, and then we have our area tournament on Tuesday. So we have to do good in that to go ahead and qualify for state.
All right, well, good luck.
Next up is our teacher feature, where we highlight the awesome educators who make a difference every day in our school.
This week, we're putting the spotlight on Ms. Holmes.
I loved it because I grew up with all of my classmates from primary school to high school, so it was really fun being with each other as we grew up, and just knowing everyone. And my teachers were really great too.
High school.
I graduated in 2016. So I didn't always want to become a teacher. In high school, I said I did not want to become a teacher. But I graduated college in 2020, and that kind of screwed up some of my plans a little bit. But I knew I always wanted to work with kids, and I thought I wanted to work with little kids. But then 5 years ago, I started working here, and I found out that I love working with high school students. They're pretty awesome. It's hard sometimes, but I think it's most rewarding for me when I see my kids struggle with something for a long time, and then they actually get it, or they master that skill or that problem that they're on. And that to me is really rewarding and special. I have an 18-month-old at home, so I live in toddler world right now, running around with him, and I love to go to Disney World.
All right, that's all I have for you.
Can you wait?
Wait to my class.
He said, "This is Miss Holmes' class," and hey, Kane's Vision.
Hey, Kiana, who do you think is going to win Powder Puff?
Obviously the seniors, but let's see what the CHS predictions are.
Who am I here with?
Graham, Colby Gregg,
Kylie, Melissa Moore, Elizabeth Hardy.
Victor Rodriguez, Coach Putnam.
Who do you think's going to win Powder Puff this year?
I think 11th grade's going to win because their O-Block is so good.
I got to give it to the seniors because they got Jordan Bishop. She's pretty good.
It's not a fair question. I think the juniors.
The juniors, because Adam Reed is a coach and he's going to win it.
Definitely the seniors.
The juniors.
Yes.
Say 11th grade because the O-line is unstoppable.
I think the juniors are going to win. They played really well last year, but part of me wants the seniors to win because they did that win streak going, so I'll be happy either way.
Hey, what's up, Kane's Vision? Welcome back to another episode of Bad Parking. Today, as you can see, this truck is parked over the line, and that's about it. All right, you're a little bit over the line like the last truck, but other than that, it's good parking. All right, just like the last two trucks, this one is just a little bit over the line, and it's a little bit uneven over here, but other than that, it's good. All right, for this truck, I don't know about the parking because we're parked in between two parking spots, but I mean, it's just between two parking spots, and that's about it. Boom. I mean, for this parking job, like, we're in the grass, like, we're not even in the parking spot. This has got to be like the worst one today. And like, that's about it.
And now let's get into those important announcements. IJ, hit us with the details.
All right, Hurricane Nation, here's what you need to know about this week. First, Beta Club members, please check your Schoology account for important information.
If you're interested in trying out for softball, tryouts will be held on Monday, May 5th through Thursday, May 8th.
For students who signed up to take the AP exams, those will be taking place on May 5th and May 16th.
End of course testing for students who are currently taking algebra, biology, American literature, and U.S. history will be held on May 12th and May 16th.
Lastly, come out and run.
That wraps up this week's episode of The Hurricane. Thank you so much for joining us.
We'll see you next week with more news, updates, and features. Until then, stay safe, stay awesome, and go Canes!